Real here. I have a question for you. Do you want to hurt your husband after he cheated? And I'm not talking physically. That might be another topic another day. But what I'm talking about is emotionally. Do you want to emotionally hurt him? Maybe through insults, like his character, maybe through mocking him, maybe through making him feel guilty. Do you have that urge inside of you? So we're going to talk about today what hurts him, 7 things that can hurt him, and what to say instead. Because often getting angry doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel powerful in the moment, but it leads to a lot of guilt. It's like the anger you comes out, and then later you might start to feel guilt. So let's talk about this. 7 phrases that hurt your husband after he cheats and what to say instead. So if you're here, I know you're going through a lot. I really do. And I want to say you are loved, you are okay, and it will be okay. And I have worked with hundreds of women. I'm Beth Miller, by the way, and I'm a marriage coach, certified trained hypnotist, and I help women save their marriages, heal from betrayal after the most devastating thing that could ever happens in their life, to their family, and to their marriage. So you may have said things, let's talk about this. We're going to be full of gold, but you may have said things like, I wrote these down here. I hate you. You're not a real man. You ruined everything. You destroyed our family. She, did she give you what you wanted? We could talk about, I'm done with you. I'm calling a lawyer. Everybody will think you're a loser. You're disgusting. I wish I never married you. So with that said, those are just a few things, and you may repeat them over and over again, and you do it out of a moment of such hurt that you just want to project it onto him so he can feel the same way too. So do you want to keep saying this stuff? Let me ask you that. Or, and if you do, maybe this isn't the video for you, but if you were done with getting so angry, losing control, because it's amazing how sometimes this like monster that you never knew was inside you, maybe the monster's not the right word, but this energy within you, you never have had it before, and it hurts and it boils in you and it comes out in such nasty ways. So, like I said, I'm Beth Miller, and if you want more of these videos, the best thing that you can do is subscribe. You can share them if you feel comfortable with anyone else that's been through this. But the best thing you can do is subscribe, because what it does is with the algorithm, it gets it out to other women who are going through what you're going through. The other thing is you can join the Facebook group if you're not already in it, and join the Facebook group, which is full of women. It is a support group for women who are going through this as well. And we are all here to help get the clarity to save your marriage if that's what you want, and how to heal from it. So yeah, let's get started. Comment below, give a little thumbs up, and maybe some of the nasty things you've said before. Have you said things that you've regretted? Have you said really mean things that maybe you haven't regretted, but have you said mean things? If so, let us know below some of the worst things that you said to him. And I can understand. I can really understand why you might want to hurt him. So, like, let's just dig into this really quick. What are some of the reasons that are driving this? Because in the work I do, we work with neuroscience. So in our brain, physiologically, there's electrical stuff happening. And so what is the belief? There's beliefs that drive your thoughts, which create the emotion of anger, which create the action of saying the mean things. So the belief might be that drives some of these thoughts of like, I want to yell at you. The beliefs could be, it's because it's not always just about the moment. Often it's been building up for a while. So you are so upset. There's so much anxiety. There's so much hypervigilance. There's so many lies that you're like, you're always a liar. You will never tell me the truth. You might do this again. And that creates all these boiled up feelings of anger, resentment, and that's what's going to come out in a lot of that heat. So you just want to feel peace. You want healing. And you want to stop lying. You want him to open up. And when we keep saying mean things, it's going to continue to push him away. It's crazy, but somehow he needs to trust you, even though you're the one who really needs to trust him, but he needs to trust you that you're safe and he can open up to you without you getting so angry and upset. We want to create a safe space for him to feel comfortable owning what he's done. Although he's not doing it right now, which makes you so angry, which is why healing yourself is so important first, to change those neural pathways that are firing those thoughts that create the anger, the sadness, those feelings that you don't want to feel. All right, let's get into this. Let's dive into why do you do this? Are you pushing him away? Is it making you feeling more powerful? And why are you saying these things? We'll talk about the 7 phrases. So number 1 is get out and I hate you. And I wonder how many times have you said this? And if this isn't a phrase that you resonate with, stick around for the other 6, but get out, I hate you. What should we say instead? And I'm going to do this with each one. Here's the phrase. This is what you should say instead and why. So get out, I hate you. What you really might want to say is, I really want to kick you out right now. So you want to say something that feels like it's in your power. It's like your authentic self. It's your mature self. It's the one that has a really good sense of reasoning. I really want to kick you out right now. That's what you might say. I really want to kick you out right now. And the reason why is because I need space. Instead of I hate you, get out of here. And after betrayal, it's easy to feel confused and it's easy to feel flooded emotionally. And rather than cutting into him, we want to build safety for him so that he understands why you want to kick him out, why you want him to leave so that you want that space. So instead of criticizing him, his character, what we want to do is have that empowering statement. I need this. Number two, you're a horrible husband. Horrible husband. You're a horrible man, a horrible person, and you run away from your problems. So instead of that, it's I notice, I notice. See, I always start with I notice. I need. I notice that you grow quiet and that you shut down when I ask questions. Can you tell me more about XYZ? Or is now the right time for me to ask one question? And all I need is your question. And like all I need is to ask this one question. Your answer, I will believe it right now. Today, I will believe it. I won't. Because that's what happens sometimes is we talk too much about it after. It's like, thank you for answering that question. Then you can think about it a little bit more. So, depending on your situation, it's like, then we can talk about this for 5 minutes and then we're done. So avoidant husbands often retreat into silence. When we compare them to someone else being a horrible husband, especially negatively, it can increase their fear of, you know what, she's always going to think of me as a bad husband. So instead, I want you to be curious and not critical. So I see you shut down when I ask these questions. Is there an opportunity for us to open a door and take a little step in together? I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to hear you and let it be. So that'll allow him to feel safer to walk in. Phrase number two, you never listen to me. You never answer my question. So using the word never, and we'll talk about always, it's very drastic. He never listens to you. So it said, I feel unheard. I feel unheard when you can't answer these questions. I know there must be a reason why you don't feel comfortable answering these questions. And I know often you say it's because you don't want to talk about this. You want to move on. I I need answers. And I understand right now we're at a disagreement that we can't decide whether for me, I need answers. You don't think we need to talk about this anymore. Can we find a better time to connect where I can ask a simple question or when I can give you a list of 3 questions and maybe you can pick one? So you never listen to me. You know what? Or maybe you make a positive, negative, positive sandwich. There's a lot of times you listen to me when I have questions or about the house, about the kids. There's a lot of times when I'm feeling sad about my parents or whatever might be with the kids and what they're going through. I thank you for listening to me when I feel that way. However, when it comes to the betrayal, the affair, the questions, the other women, I am not feeling heard right now. However, I know you are capable of hearing and listening to me in many other situations. So you never, instead, letting him know that it's not black and white, never and always, that you hear me at these times, you're not hearing me with this situation. Thank you again for hearing me in those other situations. Um, Never statements can shut people down in any chance at connection because like, never, I never do it. Well, I'm going to keep not doing that. So we want to frame it differently. Number four, ready for this one? Why can't you be more like someone else? Why can't, or you're just like your father? Why can't you be more like this person? So what you're doing is you're cutting into his character, and we want to look at his character as this. He is a really horrible person, part of him, right? There's a part of him that's so horrible that he made the choice to do this and to step outside. Yes. But internal family systems, if you're not familiar with this, it says we're made up of parts. And you are too. You like this angry part of you that's coming out saying these horrible things, that is not you. We don't want her at the control panel, but she is sometimes. And so instead, we want to be able to love her, put her aside, and be like, you know what? We're going to say something in an empowered way instead. We want the empowered you to show up. So, like him, he has parts too. He is the part that needed validation, the part of him that felt inadequate, step up and take these actions. But he still possibly has those parts that you love that you married, his sensitivity, his kindness, his strength, his ability to make you feel safe. He still has those within him. So why can't you be more like this? Can shatter him, making you putting him in a box of just a cheater. That's his definition. But he's so much more than that. So letting him know that I can see that you are loving, I can see that you are kind, I see how you protected me in the past. But right now, this part of you that did this makes me feel like you are not a good husband, or this aspect of you is not the husband I need. But I need more of is this, and this, which I know you are. So that's what we want to do. We really want to have like the power of who he is and his potential and letting him know that you believe in him. How good does it feel when someone praises you and believes in you? So it's, yes, highlighting his inadequacies and the horrible person he was, and that's between you and I, but then also letting him know this is who you also are. And I need more of that. So what you're doing is you're seeing your husband as he is supportive. He has been open, and it stings. We don't want to sting him with comparison to other people. Speak to his potential, even if he isn't showing up to his best right now. Inspire change in him instead of shaming him. All right, phrase number 5. We've kind of dealt with this one, but we're going to do it from a different angle. You are a horrible person. You are a horrible person. So again, same idea. It's kind of defining him, putting him in a box. But what you need to say is, you are upsetting me. What this has happened has upset me. This particular action. So kind of get more specific. This is a horrible action. And what we want to do with that is then let's talk about this. So yes, he is a horrible person in some way, but we want to describe the action. So in this one, we're talking more about the action which he's done. This has hurt me. And we kind of want to keep the horrible person out of this one. It's like, let's talk about the specific actions. And if you are a horrible person, it's like, okay, what is the specific thing that you want to talk about, which then connects you to making him feel like a horrible person? So instead, we want to model specifics here. Instead of these generalized statements, you're horrible. It's like, this has happened. And like, for example, trying to think here. When you were on your phone yesterday night at 5 o'clock, very specific. It's not you're on your phone all the time, always. You never pay attention to it. No. When you were on your phone last night at 5 o'clock, it dinged, which made me felt really insecure. I felt like that ding, which could be anyone, my brain goes to, you're talking to her again. This is upsetting me. Can we talk about this? Because yes, I might be making things up in my head, and I could use your support when that bing ding happens. So instead, we're addressing the issue instead of you are a horrible person, you're on your phone. Um, so we want to create a bridge is what we're doing. It's like instead of him versus you, it's like this bridge, and then you're gonna meet him part way, softening. Men really, really like a soft approach. They want to feel respected. They want to feel appreciated. Yes, they disrespected you. Yes, in many ways, maybe they didn't appreciate you the way you need to, right? This isn't a very kind thing that they did. But by then reaching out, creating that bridge of, you know what, I will respect parts of you right now. I'm learning to respect you, but really this is what's hurting within me. Okay, number 6, praise number 6. I'll never trust you again. I'll never trust you again. And these things just shut men down. Doesn't it shut you when someone says, I'll never do this to you? I'll never believe you. Like if someone were to say that to you, I'll never believe you. You are a horrible person. Um, it shuts us down, right? It doesn't feel good. So instead, what we want to do with this one is, I'm trying to remember what we want to do here. Because what happens is I'll never trust you. Kind of like the phone dinging in my other example. What we're doing is we're looking for patterns. And because that phone dinged, we're like, I'll never trust him. That phone dings, I'll never trust him. So instead of looking for patterns, which will push him away from you, like disconnect the intimacy, what we need to do is not speak to that all or nothing mindset. But instead, what we do is we can say something like, do you have a moment? Do you have a moment? That's the first step. Do you have a moment? Nope, not right now. Okay. That's not a good time for conversation. So do you have a moment? Yeah, sure. Well, can we talk about something? There's been something on my mind. So it's like, do you have time? And then it's like, there's something that's been on my mind. Can we chat about it? And so what you're doing is giving them choice in this. So it's back and forth. It's not just like lecturing. Okay, next word, number 7. You will never change. Again, do we have that power? Are we really the ones that are going to decide if he can never change? And yeah, I understand things aren't going the way you want them to. He's not doing the work. He's full of words. He's not taking action. Yeah, it sucks. Right now, it feels like he will never change. But what we want to do after betrayal, what happens is we want to control things. We want to control their healing because when they heal, we'll feel safer too. But regardless of where he's at, you need clarity. You're hurting. And that clarity and what to do with your marriage won't come until we can get those ruminating thoughts to stop. And those ruminating thoughts are creating the anger, it's creating the fears, creating the sadness. So until we can get those ruminating thoughts under control of, is he still cheating? Will he cheat again? Does he love her more? If I am a not good enough wife, otherwise he wouldn't have done that. I'm not enough for him. If we can get rid of those thoughts and really heal them, we're not going to have the same emotions, which will create the same actions of getting angry, getting upset, going silent, or talking to him. So you will never change is he needs to feel like he's in control of his healing, but at the same time, you want to encourage him. So by saying never change pushes him further into avoidance. Instead, we want to offer help. We want to give grace. And this takes a lot of power to rise above and be the person that you want to be. So with this said, it comes down to connection a lot of times. And what happens is when we say mean things, it burns connection, it burns bridges. And we want to meet him on his island. Deep down, he feels like a horrible person, and most likely he doesn't want to open up. And the reason he doesn't want to open up is because it's going to hurt you more. He thinks that I want to just move past this. I don't want to tell you all the details, because what's going to happen when I tell you all the details? You're going to get really angry. You're going to then have more questions. And then you're probably going to ask me those same questions tomorrow. And then even in a weeks, days, months, years, you're probably going to bring it up again. They have their own fears about telling you the truth. And so what we want to do is reassure them. Like, I'm going to ask one question, and then that's going to be it. I might be upset. I'm going to need some time to process it. The goal is, by you sharing this, I'm going to understand, and I'm going to heal myself so I don't have to ask the question again. I don't have to ask it again or bring it up in another year. That reassurance will make them feel safer, because right now they're thinking it's never going to end. They're going to have to keep talking about this forever. So this journey is not about perfection. You're going to make mistakes. He's making mistakes, right? In terms of communication. This is something you've never navigated. There's no manual to this, like a dummies 101 on how to navigate infidelity. And that's what I meet my clients with, where they're at. And everyone's so unique in the feelings they're feeling, and the thoughts they're processing, and what their husband did. Was it emotional? Was it physical? Was it days? Was it once? Was it years? Right? And so everyone's experiencing different pain, but what you need to do is anchor yourself in your truth and in your power. And by getting angry, it feels powerful, but it's not. It's a secondary emotion. Anger is secondary. Underneath it is a lot of hurt, a lot of sadness. And that's what we need to get to. And that's a lighter, softer emotion, is the sadness. So the words you choose could totally shift your energy, and it can shift the energy of your marriage. So just a reminder, you're not alone in this. We're here. We're here for you. We have an amazing support group in our Facebook group. But if you want to chat about this, I'm happy to give you some advice myself or my team. Put the word chat, DM it to us, or put it in the comments below, and we'll reach out to you, or we'll give you the link so you can reach out to us. We'll hop on a 15-minute call. We will ask you a few questions about yourself, about your husband, about your big struggles, and we will give you some advice. We do this because you know what? Everyone deserves, wherever you're at financially or whatever you're going through, you deserve a right to healing, and we want to do that for you. So feel free to put the word DM or chat, DM us the word chat, and we're here to help you. So join the free Facebook group, reach out, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you later.